So I actually think that this time, quarter four, Amazon should have a decent report. At least that's what I would expect. It will be an interesting change of roles compared to quarter three report. Because remember, in quarter three, we had Apple that kind of saved the day for the big tech, right? And it's really marginal thing what happened, but like the sentiment went that way. So I guess we can call it save the day because market kind of reversed the downtrend and went up after that. So, but what happened was that Microsoft and Amazon had decent reports in my eyes. I'm pretty conservative trader, and in my view, they had decent reports. It's just those companies, they're still tech, they're still growth, they still have pretty significant PE numbers. So with slightly lower than estimates forecast for quarter four, I can understand why people started to sell it after the earnings. The selling was a bit overdone, but hey, it is what it is. And then, of course, Facebook was completely disaster in the quarter three. So Tesla was pretty bad. People sold it, So, but again, it was just a sentiment for Tesla. Nobody really knew what means or what doesn't mean, since Tesla is never predictable. Like, I don't trade it because oftentimes you don't know what moves Tesla. Sometimes sentiment moves it up when doesn't seem to be reason to buy, but then some people sell it in a crash as if it doesn't seem to be that much big of a deal of a news. But anyway, but then Apple came in last, right after all of that, and they like comparable to Amazon and Microsoft quarterly report, really, in EPS and earnings terms, but then their forecast was a little bit warmer, I guess we can call it that, for quarter four. And then, of course, the reality, we all know that in December, the Apple completely crushed the quarter four expectations because basically China, what happened in China with COVID and shutdown and then reopening and more craziness. And so now, despite of their rosy, or so to speak rosy, forecast for quarter four, people expect bad earnings for Apple. Now, what's bad? It's always a question. Bad from not so bad. They have a lot of ability to affect their numbers, but we'll see. Definitely the phone sales should not be very promising, at least. And it's still a growth company, so yeah, it did pull down in price, but now it's back above 130. So no high expectations. But then Amazon this time, I think, because the holiday season was really strong for e-commerce, and of course Amazon is it, right? So I expect their e-commerce to post good numbers. It's just their online cloud business and the AWS, basically, that's kind of unknown at this point. There are some downtrend in that estimate, but we'll see. We'll see. So I think Amazon actually can play the role of Apple in this season of earnings for the quarter four, because Microsoft probably will be weaker again. Definitely a lot of signs point towards that. And then Tesla again will be unpredictable. It's just their PE is so high still, and like unreasonably high even now in my eyes. And They will have good numbers. It's just like they expect it to be growth, high growth, and they're not gonna have that much high growth. So how people will take it in terms of sentiment, I don't know. With Tesla, I don't know. I never know. It's unpredictable. That's why I don't touch them. And the Facebook kind of, I mean, the Facebook expected not to have a strong quarter 4, so will they be able to show something, some strength? Probably not. Probably not. Probably will show again kind of weak quarter, but maybe people will be already conditioned to see weakness and it's not going to be as a big sell. I mean, it built up again to above 130 from like below 90 basically. So I don't know. It's pretty strong growth about nothing. Like, you know, $40 pretty much in price, more than that. About nothing. So we'll see. How Amazon will save the day or not in this time, I don't know. It's gonna be really crazy because Apple and Amazon will report the day after the Fed meeting on February 1st, and that will be a fireworks. I mean, they can still do 50. I think they will do 25 because for the symmetry, because Fed loves symmetry. And you know, they did 25, 22, right? And then they did 50, then they did like 475s, then they went back to 50. So now in terms of completing the symmetry, they should go down to 25 again. But you know, who knows them? Who knows? If they do 50, of course, it's gonna be like complete crash in the market. Even if they do 25 and send a lot of hawkish messages, which is probably what will happen, that's my 100% expectation from them. Basically, they'll say, well, we'll just keep doing 25 until data tells us anything else, basically. Okay. So, and then Apple and Amazon report the day after, so their reports may not even matter. The market may be going down in flames after Wednesday anyway, after this really unreasonable rise in the past couple of weeks. There's nothing really there, it's pure speculation. But I don't know. But for whatever reason, if a Fed meeting doesn't produce big fireworks, which typically it did in 2022, then we'll see what Apple and Amazon can influence with their earnings on Thursday after close. But that couple of days should be very eventful, to say the least. I keep all my very low positions that I acquired during the drop in October, but I sold off all my other higher positions in the same stocks after the pull up again. So we'll see if I can deploy my cash again, or that was a miss. That's the game.